So let's just talk about an easy, simple way for you to increase your Discover credit limit, but also improve your score, help with higher comparable credit limits later on, future credit approvals. But Discover is going to be really easy and simple for you to do it without any hard pull. So essentially, first off, why do you want to increase your limits? Well, if you do not have around $50,000 in personal limits, I highly recommend that you utilize these soft pull options to raise your credit limits. For one, it's going to lower your utilization, which is only going to improve your score. If you use more of your cards and you don't have that many high credit limits or much limits at all, your utilization is going to skyrocket, which is then going to put your score down. So it's just going to help you out with your score if you have low limits currently. Discover is used by a lot of people to jumpstart their credit journey and to start building their credit. So a lot of people that do utilize this card are going to have lower limits initially. They might start out at $500 to $1,000. So credit limits increases are going to help you out there. They're also going to help you out in the future for approvals, right? You've already built some credit, but now if you increase the credit limits, you have higher comparable credit limits. So when you apply to other cards, you're going to get something similar or higher depending on what you input in your application. It's going to help you out for future credit limits. So that is really helpful as well. And of course, we want to make sure our score is intact and we are building higher credit limits, not only for personal comparable credit, but also business comparable credit at some point if you are interested in it. So what are the ways that you can increase your credit limit with Discover? Well, let me tell you, it is really, really simple. You can call in and talk to a representative. Sometimes that will allow you to get a higher credit limit, but just recognize that you are going to be asked a couple more questions. They're going to wonder why you want a credit limit increase as well. So just be honest, be transparent. If you're good at talking to people, if you like talking to people, that might be your best option to get a better credit limit increase. Now, the other ways you can go online, you can go on the website, go into your account, just go to account services, credit line increase, input the information. Easiest way and fastest way is, of course, on the phone through the app. So what you can do, log in, account services, go to credit line increase. It's going to ask you for your annual gross income and your rent or mortgage payment. Now, if you do make more money currently, then you might as well put that you make more money. It's going to help you with that credit line increase. The second piece is going to be the rent or mortgage payment. If you pay a lot in rent, now, when it comes to the questions, the total annual gross income, if you do make more money than you did before, you might as well put the increased amount. That's going to help you, of course, get that credit line increase. When it comes to the rent and mortgage payment, if you pay a lot, honestly, I would recommend that you put less than $1,000. It's just going to help your debt to income ratio. When receiving that credit limit increase, it's going to just be a little bit more favorable for you. But when you originally applied to that card, if you ended up putting, $5,000 as a rent payment, then do not go expeditiously low. It's just going to throw a little red flag in there. So I would just let you guys know that that is just something to keep note of. Now, when it comes down to it, I only have like a $7,000 credit limit on my Discover card. I actually do not utilize my Discover card, but of course I want to keep it intact. I don't want it canceled out because it was the first credit card that I ever had. It is how I built my credit and how a lot of people do build their credit. So I just have one subscription. I have a Spotify subscription on there, and that is exactly what I have. I actually tried to get a credit limit increase last year, about a year and a half ago, and I was denied for it. Now, the likeliness that you guys should be aware of is if you are not really utilizing that card, then you probably won't get a credit limit increase from them. They want to make sure that you're utilizing it. If they give you from 5K to 10K, they want to know that you're going to be using more of that card. So just be aware that if you are looking at a credit limit increase, you can try to do the soft pull. If they deny you, then just recommend using that card a little bit more for the next 30, 60 days, and you can try that again, and they'll likely give you a credit limit increase. That's just something to be aware of. Most banks, they want you to utilize their cards for good reason, and they're not just going to increase your limits if you're not utilizing those cards. But as always, that is the easiest, just the fastest way to get a no hard pull credit limit increase on your Discover It card or your Discover cards. You can go in app, which is easy, on website, which is easy, or you can call into a representative and you might be able to get an even higher credit limit increase if you wanted to. But that is the fast way to do it. Fast track. You should definitely take advantage of it if you have a Discover card, and you can do it pretty simply. So as always, appreciate you guys showing up. As always, I like showing up for you, and we will talk soon.